Hello, I'm Matt Hoffman, and I'm here today to discuss how to cope with being a yellow presenter. I say cope in jest because being a yellow presenter, isn't the worst thing in the world. In this quick video clip, I'll discuss what a yellow presenter is, the disadvantage of being a yellow presenter, and how you can overcome the negative tendencies if you have them. Let's start by briefly discussing what a yellow presenter is. Yellow in this case is not a derogatory term. It's a term I learned from Professor Carrie Benson here at KU. Most people, when presenting, can be broken down into one of 4 different colors: red, blue, green, and yellow. Frankly, I've noticed most people have tendencies from each of these 4 groups. Generally, yellow presenters are considered planners, trustworthy people that enjoy structure. They're the people you trust to have a plan to get you out of a burning building or survive an active shooter situation. I'm actually considered a yellow presenter myself. What this all means in practical terms during a speech or presentation is I've been told my oration gets people from point A to point B. Not a whole lot more, not a whole lot less. This sounds like a good thing, and it is. Unlike red presenters, I'm always prepared. Unlike green presenters, I don't often get sidetracked. Unlike blue presenters, I'm at least somewhat warm and friendly. But being a yellow presenter has plenty of downfalls as well. And if you're thinking you might be a yellow presenter, or at least have some yellow tendencies, here are some things that you definitely are not. Us yellow presenters are not spontaneous. We don't do very well with analytics, in my experience, and we aren't overly sociable. If this sounds like you, or maybe someone you know, there are a few things we can do. The first is to emulate the person of someone you'd like to have a cup of coffee with, someone you'd sit down with at Starbucks and not walk away from that conversation until hours had passed. For me, that person is Minnesota Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer. He's fair yet terse when he talks to reporters, which is certainly a form of presentation. At the same time, he's approachable. It's obvious his players have the utmost respect for him. As a yellow presenter, that's what I want to emulate: respect and fairness. In my opinion, this is the most important thing for yellow presenters. You have to seem like you're a person, not the IKEA instruction manual for an 8-piece dinner set. The IKEA instruction manual will certainly get you from point A to point B, but it's the most boring thing you'll ever read. As planners, us yellow presenters need to plan for spontaneity. That's what I'm doing right now, in fact. I'm just letting the teleprompter run, being a little bit spontaneous. I want to be approachable, seem like a person that you're just talking to, having a cup of coffee, and not necessarily so structured. The final thing yellow presenters really need to do, in my experience, is to keep our energy up during the Q&A portion of the presentation if your presentation calls for it. As yellows, it's easy to say, I've dropped the audience off at point B, I'll see you later. One thing we have, and that the manual doesn't, is the ability to field questions and have a feedback loop with the audience. We have to be mindful of the fact that a Q&A is still a part of the presentation. Again, I'm Matt Hoffman, a proud yellow presenter. The biggest overall message I hope you take away from this video is that just because you might be a person who likes planning doesn't mean you have to not like presenting. They are not mutually exclusive. Before this year, I was all right at talking to people and I wasn't necessarily daunted by public speaking, but after recognizing the type of person and presenter I am, presenting is that much easier. If nothing else, maybe you made it to the end of the video and realized you aren't a yellow presenter, in which case you should go. No, really, get out of here. The feedback on this video is always appreciated. On the screen now is my Twitter handle and email address if you have any further questions or would like to leave a comment.